Yes. Sports Jazz, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Benjamin Sesko, welcome you to another edition of Sesko. You know, the last editions have all been about Benjamin Sesko. A lot is going on. They've just submitted a new bid right away, worth 85 million pounds. That is Man United for you. Everyone has been saying United has been sleeping because Newcastle has been trying to press them. Well, guess what? Manchester United have submitted a bid worth 85 million euros. And of course, I understand it's also an installment payment plan, you know, because, you know, United is not able to pay everything at once. But, well, the most important thing is United has submitted a bid worth 85 million euros. It's been ongoing. Everyone has been waiting. But we also have to remember United said they would only submit a bid if they get confirmation from the player that he wants to join them or pick them over Newcastle. Now, I'm not so sure whether that is true. Because I mean, if they've placed a bid, that means maybe they've been in contact with Sesko, and he has decided to join Man United.
Given
and
the green light,
their bid is less than Newcastle's a few million euros. You know, so Josh, this is where you come in. What up, brother? What's happening?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm excited.
Stressed.
I'm still excited about Manchester United being able to outmuscle our way in the transfer window, and we get the things that we want to get. I mean, when you are a rich kid, I think every shiny object that you see, you want it, and when you maybe run out of money, it becomes very difficult for you to accept that you cannot have the things that you desire. But Manchester United, up to now, we see that it is in the market and still wants to get the things that we do desire. And Benjamin Sesko is the ideal striker we've identified for this Ruben Amorim side to make sure that we don't sink and we start to float, put our heads above water. And I think that with Bryan Mbeumo, Matthias Cunha, Bruno Fernandes, and Benjamin Sesko in the squad, we shall do just that. The 85 million euro bid that we've submitted, actually, like you've elaborately said, sort of means that the club has had a conversation with Benjamin Sesko's representatives, and he's made it clear that he will join Manchester United. And I think we have we've upped our initial bid. Not initial bid because it wasn't formal, but what we thought we would be paying for Sesko, which was around 70 million euros. I think we've just upped that because Newcastle did start this bidding war with a 90 million euro bid. So I do think that Benjamin Sesko will eventually.
Of 5.
I don't think we are short. I think that should be enough to sign Benjamin Sesko. But Leipzig will hold out for the whole 90.
Oh, Leipzig. Well, let's wait and see. Once again, guys, please do subscribe. Welcome to Sports Jazz. Welcome to yet another Benjamin Sesko, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Right here on Sports Jazz. News is coming in. Everyone has been waiting for this. When I say everyone, I'm talking about Manchester United fans. It's been a hell of 72 hours, right from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it's a Tuesday. And guess what? United decided to step up after Newcastle placing a bid earlier on that was rejected, and they came back a few hours ago. Was it a few? I think approximately 12 hours ago with a 90 million euro bid. Now, I understand the problem is going to have to be convincing, or rather Sesko convincing Leipzig to go with Man United, because 85 million euros, Josh, is short of 5 million pounds compared to what Newcastle had placed. So I know there's going to be a bit of a tussle, but if the player has decided and he's ready to join Man United, it shouldn't be a problem, Josh. It should not be a problem, because we saw this with Mbeumo. It was the same thing. Newcastle was there, Spurs was there, Chelsea earlier on, but Mbeumo decided to wait for 45 days for this whole transfer to be done. Now, does this mean that the player has decided to join Manchester United? Has he picked United over Newcastle? That's the $1 million question. And going into the comment section, Tinsu, hi brother, how is Ethiopia? Hope you're good. Hi Josh and Isaac.
What up, bro?
This is saying Man United need a defensive midfielder who got his weak. He gave reference to United versus Everton. Tinsu, we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to the review of United versus Everton that ended in a 2-2 right in Atlanta. EPL Premier League series. But before that, Benjamin Sesko is on everyone's lips. United has submitted a bid worth 85 million euros. And let's wait and see how things turn around. I mean, is it going to, because this is a groundbreaking. Is United going to be successful? Is something going to come finally through? I don't know. Between me and you, we are not yet so sure, Josh. But Josh, I mean, tell me, what do you think if Leipzig says no, they want United to match the bid, the 90 million euro bid that Newcastle has already placed? What do you think we should do? Should we match the same thing, or we should step out? Because there had been a growing frustration among Man United fans. Some saying no, we shouldn't be paying such amount of money for a player who is not EPL proven, regardless whether he's young or not. In other words, we shouldn't be doing the same mistakes that we did back then under Woodward, the likes of Matt Jude.
I hate that word Premier League proven because I mean there's a lot of over reliance on the term Premier League proven, but it doesn't mean that if you any player who's been in the Premier League is going to find it easy playing for Manchester United. I mean, Danny James was playing in the English league. Harry Maguire is playing in the Premier League. Yes, it counts for something. I mean, when you're in the negotiating table, you can actually pull it out and maybe you use it as a bargaining chip. But for me, I don't think that it matters most. If a player has the mental fortitude to do things a certain way, then they are able to do it no matter the league that they are playing in. And for me, Benjamin Sesko, up to now, he's been the player that we actually want to sign to elevate us. And for me, I see Benjamin Sesko as a feat in the jigsaw to help us for now in the interim, but also in the future. He is a player that we can mold and play under a manager for a longer time, that when the push comes to shove and we want to win the league, this is a player who is maybe Premier League proven, like they like to say. At that point, I mean, he will have played a couple of seasons in the league, and he will be just about you will have garnered just about the right experience in that time to actually push United to win a trophy or something like that. For me, I think 85 million euros is not a lot of money for a striker in this crazy market that we are living in, where Noni Madueke with his 7 goals and Elanga with his I don't know, 5-6 goals can go for 55. Yeah, can go for 55 million pounds and 50 million pounds respectively. I mean, if that is the market and things are like that, then a player like Benjamin Sesko, who's had experience since he was 18 years old playing at the top level. Yes, Salzburg is top level because they even play the Champions League. He's had games in the Champions League and stuff like that. I really think that 85 million euros is not a lot of money for Benjamin Sesko. The valuation of a player, for me, I believe, is always dependent on the economies of scale at the time. Okay. That is what the value. That is how the valuation will be determined. Whether a player is worth the amount of money he is bought, that is yet to be seen, because that can only be seen when the player comes to United and he showcases his skills. Other than that, there's no one single player who is worth an amount of money at the time that he comes to the club.
Okay, Josh, and the question is, in case Leipzig decides to stay stubborn and they want United to match the same bid than Newcastle, because remember, Newcastle has placed in a bid, including add-ons and everything, worth 90 million euros. United comes 5 million euros short. Yeah, they placed in this earlier on, a few hours earlier. What do you think? Should United walk away from this, or they should say? But before you respond, Josh, we have Peace, who has been I don't know, she's been ghosting us for I think it's been now almost 2 months. A Liverpool fan, thank you for his featuring. Man United being pocket friendly and living within means, not extravagant but depraved. It's nice to see Josh and Isaac. That's Peace trying to be a bit of sarcastic. Then we have Tinsu saying,
Peace, nice to see you, long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Tinsu says that Sesko prefer Man United over Newcastle. Well, from what I understand, Sesko has been open to both projects, okay? But one source or source coming in says he maintains his leaning towards joining Manchester United, from what I understand. So, Josh, going back to our question, in a scenario that Leipzig stays stubborn or plays stubborn or decide to be stubborn and they say United, we want you guys to match the same amount that Newcastle has already placed or rather submitted. Should we walk away? And you remember, Newcastle is paying in cash. Rather, okay, not cash, but from what I understand, not in installments. United is coming in with an installment plan. Should United walk away, or they should stay in the race and pay that amount of money? I mean, we have only what
You
get it for
see,
the right price.
at this point, in your mind, you think that Newcastle's bid of 90 million euros is what they are willing to pay for Sesko. But you should remember that Fabrizio Romano earlier told you that Newcastle is willing to do everything in their power to land Benjamin Sesko. I mean, if Newcastle, if Man United, if Leipzig refuses the 85 million euro bid and they want the 90 million euro bid, that is acceptable. United can still pay that. Okay. What we cannot pay is if Newcastle at that point decides to pay 100 million euros for Benjamin Sesko, and the bidding war is on for United to match their 100. I think we walk away from that. We go and get Oli Watkins, and he gives us double digits, and we get another striker next season.
Why do you call him Oliver Beans? Come on, that guy is EPL proven. He's been scoring more than 15
I
goals for
hate
the
that
last 3
term.
seasons.
I hate that term.
He scored
EPL
15.
proven.
No,
You
seriously,
sold me.
I'm talking
You
about
sold me
EPL, not
Harry
even other
Maguire.
competitions.
You sold me Harry Maguire that he was EPL proven, bro. This is what I got. Yeah. Anyway,
Once again,
maybe
guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications.
maybe I'm only scared about Oli Watkins, not for his lack of ability, but the age that he's at, and he might get a few injuries here and there, and we end up having paid a lot of money for nothing. And yet, with Benjamin Sesko, you guaranteed paying a lot of money for something. So that is the only fear that I do have. But Oli Watkins is a guy who is going to score goals. Definitely, he will get you double digits in the season, and that will improve Manchester United. And he's a very clever player, and we have a lot of intelligent players in our creative third. So I do think he'll benefit from that. And why I love Benjamin Sesko to be the player that we go for is simply because he has a knack for scoring goals. He has an ability that can be he has an ability that can be aided by the players that we have in and around our creative third. So I mean, if he likes, he has the instinct. He has improved his instinct play in the penalty area, which is a very a good thing for a striker who is playing in a 3-4-2-1 formation, because the two players, the inside tens, are always going to be very close to the goal and creating chances. So they just need you to be in that penalty area to make it difficult for defenders, which I think Benjamin Sesko has the physicality to do. So it's a much welcome bid from Manchester United and Ineos to have put out the 85 million euros. I just didn't think that we were even going to do 85 million euros as of our first
Honestly,
bid.
me too.
But at this point, I've started to believe that we could be willing to go as high as 100 million euros. Because
But I
if
hope it doesn't
85
come to
million
that,
euros,
Josh.
yeah,
Hope it
but if
doesn't come to
85
that.
million, yeah, but if 85 million euros is your first bid, then I think you're willing to do everything in your power to actually get the player.
I just hope it doesn't come to that, because I think 85 million euros is a lot of money. You know, for again, I know, yes, you're going to have reservation when they say EPL proven and all that, but if it comes to that and United can get Oli Watkins for the right price, when I say for the right price, I mean, excuse me, anything not more than 35 million pounds, then we should settle for that, because, bro, there's no way we are going to stretch ourselves for paying 80 or rather 100 million euros just for a player who hasn't scored. I think the best he has done is score 21 million, 21 goals all around in all competitions. Last season, he scored 21 goals, 13 being in the Bundesliga. The other ones all in other competitions. I mean, of course, there's a bit of questions. There's a bit of eyebrows being raised. Yes, we understand he's still 22 years old. He's a great kid. He's physical. He's tall. He's good in the air. When it comes to area doors, he can run. He has the pace. The clinical finishing is there, not extremely there, but at least he's better than what we have currently at Manchester United. I'm talking about Rasmus Højlund, but that doesn't mean we should go deep down, dig into our pockets and pay close to 100 million euros. So if Leipzig are okay with the 85 million euros, I think that's okay, Josh. Otherwise, Newcastle, they have the money. They have a better financial.
I thought we were going to throw in Rasmus Højlund in there. Give
Where,
them
with
50
him?
million. Yeah, give them 50 million and Rasmus Højlund.
That is also there, but Rasmus Højlund doesn't want to move.
It's not up to him.
He says he's ready to rather to fight
it's
for
not
his
up
place,
to him. It's not up to him.
He has or not.
It's not up to him. He has a contract at the club, but if we do find suitors for him, I mean, he can just be told by the manager that I think you should find pastures new.
This is saying I had some news Jurgen Klopp is pushing for Newcastle and Sesko. I don't think that is true. Much as is the other side doing, he has a job the other side under the Red Bull group. But I know it's not true. It's just
it cannot be true. It cannot be true.
United blood. I'm here for Sesko is a must get. That is Agent Dre who promised
us to get Dre, even at 100 million euros.
He promised us to get Gyökeres, but we failed to get Gyökeres. But we are still okay with it, Agent Dre. He says he's okay to get. Rather, Sesko is a must get. I also want Sesko, but if it comes to 100 million euros, no. I don't think we should do that. As Josh said, we've paid a lot of money for players like Maguire, players like who else, Josh? The likes of Pogba, the likes of Anthony. Okay, Pogba performed, the Lukaku and all that, and we are struggling to sell. The bomb squad. They're not doing so well. We don't have sales. It's a problem.
But you see, the thing that I would accept about Ineos paying 100 million euros for Benjamin Sesko, if it got to that, is because they seem to know what they are doing. So I mean, it's not like it's not a newspaper. It's not a newspaper transfer target that they've just all of a sudden gotten interested in. They were chasing Frankie de Jong for years and years. Then towards the end of the season, there's a rumor by a certain agent in a certain whatever in a certain tabloid about Casemiro wanting to go to another club, and United signs him overnight. It's not a thing like that. It is a deliberate move to ensure that there's value for money when we do sign this player. I mean, it's not the same case with Rasmus Højlund. I mean, Rasmus Højlund, the guys who did the homework for Rasmus Højlund, I don't know why they should. I hope they are among the people that they let go over the club.
I think that signing is one of the signings that I do not blame Eric Ten Hag, because they wanted to get Harry Kane.
But yeah, he never wanted to get Rasmus Højlund. Yeah, but so many of the signings, because if you hear Benny McCarthy later on when he leaves the club and he gives his interview, he does say that by the way, if we did get the players that the manager wanted in, maybe the manager would still be at the club. So that means that much as these players were gotten in, they're not the ideal players that he wanted to have in the squad. But what do you do as a manager if they do give you these players? You're going to wax lyrical about them, but
I think it's one of the reasons that's why Dan Ashworth was fired, Josh. The acquisition of the likes of Rasmus Højlund. From what I'm not so sure, but I'm just saying. Because
for me, I believe the earlier rumor. I believe the earlier rumor he left because of the earlier rumor. I mean,
getting Southgate?
No. Oh, okay. That is banter for me. I mean, I can say, but the earlier thing of a failure to have a strategy in place to replace a manager when he's sacked. I mean, that was below par. I mean, yes, you've just come through the door, but you should have a proper plan on how Man United would be moving forward when they've sacked a manager. You don't just go and say that I've worked with Southgate before, and Graham Potter is a friend and is a manager without a club. So, I mean, I should be coming to Man United. There's this data analytics company that I can hire to get us What the hell? I brought you to the club to make sure that we have that at Man United. So for me, I prefer to accept that rumor more than any other else.
Well, Dre says Sesko's movement is superb, and in the air, finishing is top, and he's athletic. I think everyone agrees to that. We want to see more of that.
Yeah,
There's that
he has great
the
agility.
ball control when he's jumping up. They've seen a lot of pictures. I don't know whether they've seen that.
It's
You know,
yeah, he has a lot of agility, but his cameraman is a good PR guy. I mean,
he's not
he
his
only gets
cameraman.
those
Come on,
shots.
man.
His cameraman
Yeah,
only gets shots when the guy is in the air, man. He's like an ego and stuff like that. Like he's playing Shaolin soccer.
Adieri says, "Hi, Isaac and Joshua. Isaac should accept bid to go to. Sorry, Isaac should accept the bid to go to Liverpool. Sesko accepted to. Well, Adieri, don't get your hopes high. Don't get
Oh,
your
I
hopes
did
high.
it. No,
You know,
no.
it's still. I'm calling it right now freaky, if I can use that, because you're both United and Newcastle are flirting with the player. The player is standing there. He's a bit confused. We don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he has,
The
whether he has
player, I,
accepted
yeah,
he
but
has accepted to join
Has
United.
United
Mm.
has consistently reminded us that they would only bid if the guy has showed his true colors to play for us to join us. So maybe that's the case.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notification. Tinsu says midfielder is a must to Man United right now. The midfield is just poor, especially the defensive midfield. Josh, have a go at it. The midfield issues. I think he's talking this because of what happened the game
Tinsu,
against Everton, where we're very much
Tinsu,
exposed under
Tinsu, for me,
the
I do
pivot of
believe.
Ugarte and Kobe Maino.
Yeah, but I do believe much as the personnel is maybe questionable that Kobe Maino does not have the athleticism to play in that midfield too, and Manu Ugarte is somewhat suspect in some areas of the game. I don't think that the personnel is the issue, especially at Manchester United. I do believe that the manner in which we play, the system that Ruben Amorim has set out, is always going to expose us, is always going to leave us open. When you do have two midfielders, believe you me, the rest of the team must concentrate at all times. When we finish that game and Bruno Fernandes talks about the laziness and stuff like that, you could see the laziness in the team. The goal that all of you blame Manu Ugarte for having caused, you should know that there were so many decisions that were wrong before that goal even went in. I mean, you could see that Amad Diallo, instead of playing the ball out wide and taking some space, creating some space for himself, he does play the ball back to Manu Ugarte. Fine. Manu Ugarte gets that ball and drives forward. And as he's driving forward, the players behind him are still. Everyone is still. They're just walking about. So, I mean, they have not covered that space. So that when Manu Ugarte loses the ball, there's a lot of space within which Ghana Gay to operate, whether to pick out a pass, whether to shoot, and stuff like that. So I do think that going forward, um, the whole team has to play together. The midfield, I mean, it should be a strong unit as a team. The 11 players defend together, attack together, and keep it compact and nice. Other than that, I do think that we shall suffer when we get teams that play low blocks and they just hoof the ball forward and they fight for second balls and stuff like that. I do think we shall suffer with a midfielder like Manu Ugarte and the lack of athleticism of Kobe Maino. But in teams which want to play the ball, they build from the back and stuff like that. And our press is on. Manu Ugarte is the perfect midfielder for that because he can hound like he can chase like a hound dog. I mean, he knows that bit of playing in midfield. So for me, I don't think that it's the personnel to change. I bet you even if you had Rodri at Manchester
Mm.
United in that midfield and playing in the manner that we are playing, believe you me, he would get picked properly. He would get picked properly. He would not manage to play by himself in the midfield. So the unit has to be better. The the wingers, the wing backs, they have to know their role. That the center back has to come in when the midfielders have moved a little forward, so they don't play the ball in behind them, and things like that, which for me, I believe with time we are going to get there. With time we are going to get there. It's we shall suffer a bit. The unfortunate bit is the first 5 games of the season are a bit tricky for us, but if we
and
weather
we
the
need them.
storm, I mean, we are going to manage. We shall manage. We shall do well. We won't have a problem. So for
And we
me,
need
I
to
don't.
win, the Josh.
Yeah.
We need to
Of
win. We
course,
need to win.
we need to win, but you have to be cautious, and you have to
Mm.
be very realistic. I mean, when you look at the first 5 games of the team, um, the other teams, the 3 opponents that we are going to play, we are not on the same wavelength. When you look at Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal, we are not on the same wavelength. But you should know that this is a one-off. So in a one-off game, 90 minutes, maybe we can win that game or even get a result from the game. However, you should also acknowledge the fact that these teams are maybe not well prepared, not more prepared than us, but you can say that they've actually acquired more ammunition in their arsenal than United has.
Well, Tinsu goes on to say United should add a central defensive player. When you see Delict, he can make the pivot that's he near the half space of the pitch. You know, I think, by the way, I think that Everton game really exposed everyone, so everyone understands when someone or when fans insist that we should get another player to deputize Ugarte in case he has a poor performance or in case he's injured. And currently, right now, to be honest, we
Even
do not have
Mainu, I don't know why
players.
you guys pick out Manu Ugarte. As in, Mainu was useless in the game. He was bang average. I mean,
No,
he couldn't cover spaces. He was he was lazy on the pitch.
I think
That I can
Mino.
say.
Yes, the midfield was all poor, but I think Mino had a better game compared to what Ugarte did. You know.
I mean, you can't compare two bad things and you say one was better. As in, it was bad. It was bad. Manu Ugarte did lead to us conceding a goal, but Mainu, even if he didn't in a manner that you can see clearly, he was lazy on the
Mm.
pitch. Yeah, he was a
Mino.
bit lazy for me.
Well, once again,
So I do
so
understand
you'd
when you
pick
say
Mino
maybe you
over.
need. No, 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 no. I
Mm.
don't want to
It's okay,
pick
please go on.
one or the other, but I do understand you when you say that, yes, we might need another midfielder if things are not working out with the midfielders that we have to
Mm.
maybe shuffle things up. But for me, I don't think we need another midfielder. I insist that Kobe Maino must be left as the other midfielder because that midfield is not going to be of Manu Ugarte and Kobe Maino. I mean, we do get a striker. That striker is going to play ahead of Kobe Maino in midfield. We're going to have Manu Ugarte playing with Bruno Fernandes in that midfield, and for me, that is a midfield that I like. Or Casemiro playing alongside Fernandes. That is a midfield that I really like. I cannot imagine um, us having another midfielder, and we hope that Kobe Maino is going to remain at Manchester United as a midfielder. I mean, when is he going to get the chance to play? I mean, we are only playing one game each week. So, I mean, you get another midfielder, you've just ruled out Kobe Maino from playing. You've decided that his stock will fall because he's not going to have minutes. So, I mean, yeah, it will be very difficult. Because Mbumo starts as the left
Sorry.
on the left-sided midfield.
Yeah.
Sorry, left-sided inside 10, and Cunha starts on the right. So Bruno Fernandes has to start the game and he has to play. So he's. I don't think we are going to be attacking with the front two. We are doing everything in our power to get a striker, so we attack with a striker. So if you have a striker, then Fernandes drops in midfield alongside Manu Ugarte, which is a much better midfield partnership than many of the guys that you're going to suggest United buys.
I think the other
And
reason as why it's a bit hard for Man United to get a midfielder is because you still have Casemiro. You know, he's on high wages, you know,
yes,
and
even that
bringing in
too.
someone and he's just seated doing nothing, yet he's picking on the wages. I think that is also an issue, Josh.
Yeah. That is a big issue because you see, even in the goalkeeping department, we are suffering. We need a goalkeeper, but we have to get a second-rate goalkeeper. We can't get a first-rate goalkeeper
Yeah, I
because
agree.
we they will be on high wages, and we still have Onana on our books. And Onana, for one reason or another, is still at the club. I mean, he has not left the club, and United looks like it's not going to be selling him this window. So, yeah, I do think that that is a very big factor in why we keep whatever at the club.
And people don't
Why we
get that.
don't buy a new midfielder. Maybe you say that we don't buy Benjamin Sesko and we can buy Adam Wharton for
And
100 million euros.
who do we have to play next, Josh? If that's the case.
What do you mean to play next?
No, 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 no. What I'm saying, who do we have to use as a striker? The likes of Mbomo,
Rasmus
or
Højlund, Chido
oh,
Obi, or we play the front two with
that is a
Fernandez
problem.
behind them. We play Mbumo and Cunha with Fernandez behind them. But in the
Once,
Premier League, you should
yeah.
know that it is very, very important for you to have a focal point.
Mm.
Yes, because the focal point drags these defenders out of positions.
Well, let's wait and see how things turn up. Once again, guys, please do. Uh, what is he saying? Tins is saying delete can't make pivotal shape in the half space of the pitch. I agree with you. Mino is also another poor player in the midfield. One thing I do agree is I know we need a midfielder, but just to me, I don't think Mino is or Ugarte. Maybe Ugarte, but I don't think Mino is the right person to answer the questions we're asking or everyone is asking when it comes to the midfield, because I think it's going to be a problem, and it's still a problem. So we need someone, but I don't see us. We are struggling to get players. We have not
I
had
know.
any sales. You have
And
Jadon
and me,
Sancho who might
by the
go
way,
on loan.
Isaac, I agree with you 100% on
Mm,
Kobe Mainu. Kobe Mainu has a very high ceiling, and
mm,
it is very difficult for the club to want to get rid of him. But then
mm,
again, we have to make sure that we give him the season.
mm.
It's make or break for him. I mean, if we suffer, yes, we suffer, but we know, do we have a player there we can use, or we have to let him go?
Well, it's and by the way, we're still trying to we're still trying to negotiate, his renewal. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Sulaiman Nicholas says Sesko to Man United. Yes, everyone is waiting on that. Everyone has been talking about that. A bid was placed in worth 85 million euros, and we're waiting to see how this goes through, whether it's going to come through, whether the player has already accepted to join Manchester United, because again, from what we understand, news has been coming in from Fabrizio, Einstein, Jacobs, everyone, all media outlets saying United are ready to bid only if the player accepts to join them over Newcastle. Now, with this first bid of Manchester United in, does this mean Sesko or Chesko has picked United over Newcastle? Let's wait and see in the next few hours. Please do subscribe, guys. Get into the comment section. Let's talk football. Let's talk Man United. Let's talk Benjamin Sesko or Sesko. Josh, which other
Yeah,
players
yeah,
do you
yeah.
have to join to come to Man United in case Sesko is not on? Because I saw earlier on Nicholas Jackson was
Uh,
trying to come back in the picture.
First
Ollie
leave that
Watkins has
thing.
always been
First leave
there.
that thing. Don't even mention
Mm.
that thing. That thing again. I mean, you can't have a 23-year-old, 35-year-old. I mean, no, no, Jackson, bro.
Okay, which
But
player do you have, Josh, in mind?
I think I would sign Oli Watkins if I did fail to get Benjamin Sesko, or I would not sign a player at all. I would go get
Mm.
another midfielder. I would just go get Carlos Baleba, and I mean, I pray that Rasmus Højlund can I don't know, play like he's on something, and eager to go and represent Denmark at Norway, Denmark at the World Cup, so he
Mm.
can leave. Yeah.
Let's wait and see just how things turn out. Hopefully,
Because
this
with
works out for Man United.
there's Oli Watkins, and Juventus is offering us Vlahovic again. They've offered
Oh,
us
I've seen
Vlahovic
that,
since
by the way.
Saturday. Yes,
I've seen that.
but I mean, we are not taking Vlahovic. We are not a retirement club at this point, and we don't want players to come and collect pensions. That's why I'm actually against Oli Watkins.
Don't call him Oliver Beans. Come on, man.
Yeah. Bro, I mean, that guy was talked about like a guy who scores 35 goals a season. I was like, what? Are you guys
No, I
crazy,
think it's
man?
English. So all these players, the likes of Ria Ferdinand, and all that, are making
Yeah,
huge
and the way
fuss
they were,
about
they
him.
were, the way they were talking about him, like he's a 35 goal scorer and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, he might be at the peak of his powers at this point when United gets him, and he just turns things around, gives us
Well,
3 to 4 good seasons. But I mean, if you do bid 85 million euros for Benjamin Sesko and you're turned down, I don't think Aston Villa will be taking below 60 million.
well,
They
Villa is
will
stripping. No
insist.
one is going to pay that amount of money. And do not be
At most,
surprised.
you
We
can
might
pay
even
40
walk for
million
free very
for
soon if they don't
Watkins.
take the money. Yeah, 40, but I also think that is a stretch. That is a lot of money, man. Please do subscribe, guys. Subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh and Isaac. Sesko to Man United. We have placed in a bid. It's booming up. It's turning up. A lot of fiction around the player. We don't know whether he has chosen United over Newcastle. Everyone is waiting to see. But I mean, it's going to be quite rather a bit complicated. It's something that everyone has been waiting for. It's been in works. Everyone has been waiting for this to happen. Excuse me. And yeah, it's a bit it's a bit crazy. It's a bit crazy. I call this the Benjamin Sesko saga because it's going to be a huge day ahead of everything, rather ahead of everything in the with the Sesko saga going on. A lot has been happening, and it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. By the way, Josh, there's news earlier on saying that Al Nassr made inquiries on signing Marseille striker, former Man United striker Mason Greenwood, but Marseille don't want to sell. And I understand the release clause is around, or rather, he's currently Marseille saying unless they pay 150 million pounds, he's nowhere. He's going nowhere. And look, with the issues we have right now, if Al Nassr is willing to pay 150 million euros for him, come on, please, Marseille, play good,
Don't,
because we
no,
have
no,
a
no, no.
50%.
No, no, Marseille,
Josh,
don't. I
what do you
love
mean, Josh?
Mason Greenwood. I love Mason Greenwood. I love the footballer that
We
he
have a
is.
sell on clause, Josh, 50%. He's never going to
No.
come back to Man United.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
Bro,
That would be the
150, that means 75 million. Okay, close to
that is
75
that,
million euros
yeah, that
in
is
the
that is
bag.
that
And
is dirty. That is dirty money, man.
no, I want that money. I'll take
That is dirty money, man.
no,
No, no, no. Let the boy play football. I want to see him at the World Cup with Jamaica, or
come on. We've seen players being called from Saudi. Who we've seen a Brazilian.
yeah,
I don't
but
remember who. We've
no,
seen
no, no, no.
Ederson being called from that
I
side.
would still want him to play at Marseille. I would
Not
still want him
Ederson.
to be in Europe. I
Forgetting
want him
who
to
it
be in
was.
Europe. I want him to hurt United at some point.
Seriously.
Yeah, like kick us
Once
out of
again,
the
guys,
Champions League semi-final.
please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Things is saying we shall try to sign Baleba and Ederson. We should forget Sesko to pay more for the two midfielders. By the way, if no, me, this is my opinion, but if Leipzig try to play hardball and they want Man United to pay close to 100 million euros, walk out of that deal. Walk
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
that
yeah. It
deal,
would make
get a
sense.
proper midfielder to come address the midfield issues we have right now. I'd actually say the same thing. We go in for a keeper, but at the moment we don't have anyone. And for us to get a keeper, that means we have to offload Onana, and we have no suitors. We're still stuck with Casemiro. Bringing in another midfielder, that means Casemiro is going to barely play. Remember, he's one of the highest paid, if not the highest, currently at the
It
club.
doesn't
He's
make
on
business
he's
sense.
on 350,000 per week. So it's a bit of a problem. Adieri is still whining about Newcastle, rather Isaac. No, I don't think he's going. I don't think Liverpool, after that 110 million bid being turned down, I don't think Liverpool is
No,
going to place in another bid. I could be wrong,
yeah, but
but
Newcastle
from
could
what I
accept
understand,
the
Isaac has
same.
already resumed training. Sorry.
Of course, he has resumed training because he has an obligation to Newcastle Football Club. I mean, the fines would just be out of this world for him. But for me, I think that if Newcastle does get a replacement for Isak, they can still move him on. They have everything in their power to move on the player because they did have a bid. They do have a bid from Liverpool of a certain amount of money. They can call back Liverpool on the table and they're like, okay, now that we do have Benjamin Sesko, let's move on. Where is Freedom Fighter? Watkins isn't a good player for Man United. He's 30 years old. Bro, he's 30 years old in December. And okay, for me, you can be 30 years old, but you're a fit player. You don't have issues with injuries and stuff like that. But it looks like this is a time that he will start to have injuries and things like that. And United, we've suffered so much with um, unavailability of players. So we don't want to have a player that is not available again. But Watkins for sure will score goals for United.
Once
The guy, Arsenal just bid for him in January, and Aston Villa wanted 100 million pounds. I mean, he's something. He's not a bad player. He's a good player. The problem is it's just too difficult. I hope he chose Man United. Bobakar, how are you? How are you? Greenwood is my favorite player. He looks like the Van the Man. He is a bowler, shooter, and score goal anywhere. Yeah, 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 yeah. I believe, guys, he is the guy. He is my guy too. I mean, he's quite a talented player. It's so unfortunate that his talent was sort of cut short at Man United.
Josh, you gave a shout out to Abu Bakr.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah, yeah,
says, I
yeah.
hope he chose to Mania. Abu Bakr, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Post just thank you. It's the first time we're seeing you on the stream.
I know.
Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. Who knows? We might come back later on in the night or in the evening.
With a here we
With a
go.
here we go, and if it's a here we go, of course, we have to come back. Yeah, Josh, you've already gone through this. Greenwood is my favorite player. It's so sad, what happened to Greenwood. But well, they're together, and we wish him all the best. And Josh, I insist, if those guys are willing to pay that amount of money, these guys shouldn't be messing around. They should cash in, and we get the 70 million. I mean, that's a lot of money, bro. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money. If
If what?
if Al Nasser, by the way, now Ronaldo is one of the
No, no, no,
shareholders of
no.
Al Nasser, right?
Yeah, I know, I know. Let him take
Yeah, so I'm
Anthony.
saying if by
Leave
the way,
Greenwood.
Anthony,
Yeah, leave
no,
the
but
boy.
with Greenwood, it's a lot of money, Josh.
Oh, another agent has checked in, and he brings good news.
Ziad. Shout out
Yeah,
Ziad, shout out to you, Ziad. Ziad says he's coming.
he's coming. You know the
And
way he said
usually
it?
if Ziad,
He's coming.
usually if Ziad, exactly, he's confident. Ziad, but we are
Yeah,
not paying more than the amount of money, or rather, we are not paying more than 85 million euros. Seriously. If it's more
no,
than
but
that,
it's
then we have to
coming.
move on and search a midfielder.
I don't really care. I don't really
No,
care. I mean,
Ziad is just
we sh-
excited, Josh.
no, but if we do get Benjamin Sesko, even for 100 million euros, the club is willing to pay the 100 million euros because you don't make a first bid of 85 million euros and you're not willing to go. Yeah, 75 plus 10 in add-ons. Oh,
Oh,
75 plus 10 is
Josh,
the special club
I have breaking
price.
news.
Oh,
Oh
no,
my
first,
God,
okay,
Josh, I have
just a
breaking
minute.
news.
It's real breaking. Oh,
Ooh.
your friends at Grace Hope.
No, come on, man. Don't say that.
Hope
Don't say that.
Grace.
Don't say that.
I hope it's not
Uh,
Hope Grace, man.
it's Ben Jacobs, and we all know he has been very, very good. Ziad,
Well,
yeah, I think Ziad is also following. Let me put this up on the screen. Um, let me put this up on the screen. It says Benjamin Cadets of United Truthful from Ben Jacobs. It says Benjamin Sesko has now agreed financial terms with both Man United and Newcastle. Both clubs are confident of reaching an agreement with Leipzig in the coming hours. United believes
uh,
Sesko wants to join them. What that
even
is not yet
Newcastle
convincing?
believes the same. That is not breaking at all. That is like
So
news you make up because of what you heard. So you make up another tweet.
so you're not convinced?
At all.
Yes, you're not convinced at all. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Ziad says, crucial that we would have only bid It would have only been if he said. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, by the way, I mean, because there was rumors that United would only place in a bid if the player decides to choose Man United over Newcastle. Now, if United goes ahead and places in a bid, I think it's we're on good terms. I think something is coming through. I think he's already agreed. He wants the player, and sorry, he wants the club. He wants to be part of the club. He's been bought into the project. He agrees with the project, and it's not so bad if he comes and joins. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm really happy with everything. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Yes, Sesko. The saga is done. Well, it's not yet done. It's not yet done, Ziad. I don't think we should get our hopes high. I think it's not yet done. To me, I think I think Newcastle, until I see that he has decided or we've reached personal terms, I'm not going to keep my hopes high, seriously. Because from what I understand, the Newcastle bid has not been accepted yet. That is news coming in right now from is it Stone? What's his name? Let me check. From Simon Stone, sorry, from Simon Stone via X. He says the bid has not been accepted in yet. But what's occupying the space right now? Sesko has agreed to both United and Manchester United. He likes both projects. Both clubs are confident on reaching an agreement with Leipzig, but it's believed to be that Sesko will pick United over Newcastle, and that's what we want to hear. You know, that's what we really want to hear. Let's wait and see. 22 years old, very physical, good in the air. He's strong, he's athletic. I mean, the finishing, the ball control, and everything. He would be a great addition, quite an improvement over what we have in Rasmus Højlund, and I would take him any day. Ziad keeps on saying soon, though, regardless. Let's wait and see, brother. Let's wait and see. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notification. Benjamin Sesko to Manchester United. We could have a here we go soon from Fabrizio Romano. We could have a here we go very soon from Fabrizio Romano. So let's wait and see how things turn up. While we're still dragging on the Benjamin Sesko issue, of course, we had a game that happened over the weekend. Josh did talk about it while I was off. That was between Manchester United versus Newcastle, EPL summer EPL summer series. Of course, we lifted the trophy. It's not a major trophy, but yeah, I mean, it's good in terms of morale boost ahead of the new season. I could say it wasn't a very good display after compared to what we showcased against West Ham and Bournemouth, especially the midfield, Ugarte, leading to the first goal. It wasn't really nice. It wasn't nice at all. The midfield, I'm actually very happy that that game did somewhat expose our midfield problems, because we need a DM, a proper DM who can hold and cover who can hold on to the ball very well and also cover the ground very well. Because after that game, it showed that Ugarte, maybe in some games he's going to be an answer, but in some other games he's not going to be an answer. And what you have to do there, you need to get another proper bowler right there. If Ugarte fails, you put him in and he comes in to deputize, because I do not trust Casemiro. I think one of the issues we have right now in the midfield also, I love Casemiro, but I think he's past his prime. He's on very high wages, close to 350,000 per week. And that's one of the reasons that's why we haven't gone in for a midfielder. Because if you go in for a midfielder, that means Casemiro is going to barely play. He's barely going to get minutes, which could be right, because he's not the answer right now, especially in Amorim's system. But the problem is you're going to have someone seated on the bench and you're paying him 350,000 pounds per week. So maybe that is one of the reasons. Tammy Fame, shout out to you, Tammy Fame. This is the first time I'm seeing on the stream. Please do subscribe, Tammy. Subscribe, turn on the notifications, subscribe. He says, I think Baleba can solve the small problems we have with midfielders that can boot Manchester United system with the attack. I also agree with you. I think he's a better ball carrier than Manuel Ugarte, although Josh says otherwise. Josh is a Manuel Ugarte guy. He thinks you cannot have a pivot of Bruno Fernandes and Baleba. That's what he says. He suggests you can either have Ugarte and you can either have Ugarte and Baleba, Baleba and Kobe Mino, but you cannot have Bruno Fernandes and Baleba. But again, that is Josh. But me, I think he's a better ball carrier, and he would do well. He would help solve the issues. Please do subscribe, Tammy. Subscribe. Turn on the notification. Josh, you have another person saying we should have Baleba, and I'm inclined to agree with them, Josh. I think it's a good one, Josh. Um, Josh, your mic, I can't hear you. Your mic, I can't hear you. Once
Oh,
again, guys.
I cannot disagree more. I don't think Carlos Baleba can solve the problem at Man United. At least it will take him a whole season to just understand how United is playing the system that they're playing. But Carlos Baleba playing with Bruno Fernandes, oh my God, that's so comical. I mean, I think even Ruben Amorim will choose to do otherwise. He can't play with him, but Manu Ugarte can play with Baleba.
Well, let's wait and see just how things turn around. But I mean,
because you have two central
whatever is
midfielders.
happening, we have to solve that. That's what I'm trying to suggest. We have to solve. We are not going to go into this new season if we are
We're
going to
not.
be.
We shall solve it with the team adapting and doing the right thing. We are not going to
Look,
solve it with personnel. Even if you bought Rodri, the same problems that you saw will come back again.
because I mean, just your competitors are doing so well. You have Arsenal. You see their midfields will be
Our
mainly Declan Rice,
competitors, we
Martin
beat all
Odegaard.
our
You look at the
competitors.
other side,
All,
Caicedo.
all our competitors, we played with them in the summer series. Leeds, Sijui, Everton, Bournemouth. What? Those are
So
our competitors,
you're
bro.
saying right now things stand, those teams are not our competitors, the likes of Chelsea, Arsenal,
No,
Newcastle,
they're
Liverpool.
not. They're not. I don't even understand why you want them to be your competitors because, I mean, yes, we are fighting for Champions League place. We're fighting for a Champions League place at best. We're
Yeah.
not going to win the league. So why would I be bothered with Liverpool and Man City and whatever they're doing? I want to beat them in a one-off. But I know over the course of the period, we are at different wavelengths. Maybe my team will do the right thing and they will understand the role that they've been given, okay, by Ruben Amorim, and we shall do wonders. And I'll be surprised when we win the league, okay. But you would be a fool to predict that United is winning the league off what you can see.
Okay. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notification. That is Josh for you. Again, he insists Baleba is not the answer. Let's wait and see how things turn up. By the way, Josh, I don't know what you think about the preseason. To me, I think it was a positive one. We had the likes of Kobe Maino, Patrick Dogo, Lenny Euro, Mason Mount for me, the standouts, Josh. And I mean, I'm a bit optimistic. The interplay, the fluidity, I mean, of the team is way much better than what it was last season, Josh. I mean, I picked out more positives, Josh. So which is a good thing. I understand there's still plenty of work to do, Josh, on the pitch, also in the transfer window. We need to sort out the midfield issues, the Sesko or striking issue. If it comes to the goalkeeping, by any chance, that will be also very good. But I mean, if we can get Sesko, Josh, to join Man United, that will be very, very great, and it would be a great rebuild, of the attack. And I think we'll do so much better than how we did last season, Josh. Fingers crossed. Let's wait and see. Hopefully, the player picks Man United over Newcastle, Josh. Let's wait and see.
Yeah. I did like the summer series that we did play. It's good that we chose wisely our opponents. I mean, those are the teams that have bullied us in the past, maybe 2 seasons. So, and that is our competition at the moment. So we need to prepare ourselves to play against those teams. You can say that, the teams were in preseason. They're not the same. They're not as ready as they would be in the Premier League and stuff like that. But it still makes for good reading that Manchester United can be able to compete with such teams. What I saw from the summer series is the players have started to understand the instructions of the manager, and we shall do very well with teams that build from the back. And our counter press looks very good. I also saw that we are a bit very open, and we can be picked picked up easily. And for me, I think that calls for one of the three center backs. That is De Ligt or Harry Maguire. I would prefer De Ligt to be playing there because Harry Maguire is slow and his thought process needs some adjusting. So I would prefer De Ligt to be playing in that center of the whatever the center of the center backs. Okay, the back three, the center of the back three, because I want him to get out of that position and go into midfield. Lisandro Martinez would be the best to do it, but he doesn't play as a central player. And the back three, it's the central player who can do it, come into midfield and calm the situation down, so he does not allow the counter press to be beaten with a long ball in behind the other two midfielders who have pushed a bit closer to the inside tens. So yeah, I do think there are things to learn. We are still a bit off. Amad Diallo was not on the same wavelength with most of the players. At least he didn't show that he was mentally as fit as players like, say, Lenny Yoro, Bruno Fernandes. But Bruno Fernandes is an exception because whoever is at his level of mental fitness. But yeah, it looks really good, and the fluidity within the team when we are in possession of the ball is really exciting to see. That is why you want a very good striker, a guy who has a knack for scoring goals, to be able to score these goals when these chances present themselves. I mean, they're not going to present themselves throughout the game, but you can kill off a game with two quick goals. Two quick fire goals, you kill
Also,
off the game. It becomes very easy for you. Then you stroll through the game. But when you have Rasmus Hoyland, who needs a whole week to score half a goal, I mean, you're going to suffer.
once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notification. Josh and Isaac, Sesko to Man United bid is on. Josh, one thing I must say about Baleba, me, I'm a fan. I really like him. People have talked about Adam Wharton, but I have to say these ain't realistic transfer targets for Manchester United this summer, you know? And whoever Man United will go in the midfield, I have a huge, there's a huge possibility that it's going to be 2026, Josh. I don't know, but
yeah,
because midfield market is not suited to this summer. No, I think it's all about strikers and defenders. But let's wait and see. Who knows? Something can always come out.
yeah, and
And I know
for
fans are
me,
rolling
I don't
heads.
know.
Oh, they prefer
I don't know
Baleba.
why somehow the fans think that it's possible for United to do it in one summer and give Ruben Amorim everything that he wants. You have to do it over a period of time. I mean, these players that you don't want at the club, and they can't really do what you want them to do. But when you look at the economics of the football club, it's impossible for you to let them just rot. I mean, you can't write them off. So you have to use them in a manner that allows you time to get into another window. You let them go and you bring in the ones that you want.
Agreed.
So I don't think that we can fill every position that we have to fill in this summer window. I mean, we shall do it over 2-3 summers.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Josh and Isaac Sports Jazz. We are on that Sesko episode, guys. Once again, it's all about Benjamin Sesko. And Josh, also, I wanted to say that I don't think United will be able to even consider or have considered the Benjamin Sesko deal without the structured payments, like the same thing they agreed for the likes of Mbunya, Cunha. I added Mbumo and Cunha, and I said Mbunya for the likes of Cunha and Patrick Mbomo. So I know this is going to be a massive week, but we need commitment, or we needed commitment. The fact that Sesko has already, the fact that United has already placed in a bid, maybe there is a high chance that we already have that commitment from Sesko to start finalizing negotiations, and who knows? We could have a striker just very soon, very soon. So let's wait and see. Let's stay positive, and yeah, let's wait and see. Josh, please do subscribe. Something good might really turn up. Adieri is standing up. He says, "Hi, Sesko accepted to go to Newcastle." Oh, come on, really, Adieri, really, Adieri, really, man, really. Let's wait and
Nah.
see how things turn around. I'd rather turn up.
Idea,
Please do
just
subscribe,
prepare for
everyone.
winter. Prepare for your one visa.
Yeah, but George, I need to get your before we sign out. I need to get um your I don't know your
Input
thoughts on
on.
this. Yeah. Um, how do you think United and Amorim have handled the bomb squad fairly? But you know the players I'm talking about. I know the likes of Anthony and Tarek Malas have been added into that squad, but I don't think it's fair because we know they've not really said anything bad or did or done any drama. So by that, of course, I'm talking about the Avengers, the freedom fighters. Rashford has already been shipped off, and we are almost saving 15 to 17 million pounds in terms of salary. That is almost another player to Barcelona. They're covering all the wages. Then we still have Alejandro Garnacho, who has strong interest from Chelsea, and I understand personal terms with Chelsea. It's not a problem, and the Chelsea might soon bid someday this week. And you have
Yeah, they
you
should
have
bring 70.
we have Thanos of all. If you watch the Avengers, we have Thanos. That is Sancho, Jadon Sancho, who is the Thanos, who put out everything that associates him with Manchester United off all his social media platforms. That is how bad he hates Man United. He doesn't want to even come close to anything. Is associating him to Man United. So my question is, do you think United have handled the whole situation better or well? Because
Yeah, yeah,
back
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
other managers. We've seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralph, Eric Ten Hag, who I think also did a better job, but not close. I mean, they would be in the squad, but right now they're omitted.
Yeah, you see, there's been a problem at United of player power, where players have often taken things in their own hands and done as they pleased, and the Glazers or whomever was in charge actually sided with the players. I remember Jose Mourinho once upon a time wanted to let go of Anthony Martial, and
Yeah.
it was rumored that one of the Glazer, the
Oh,
girls,
by that,
refused for the
I remember.
transfer to be done.
Yeah,
So I mean,
I
yeah,
remember. I remember that.
there's been a lot of nonsensical stuff at Manchester United over the years in our administration, but I do actually admire Ineos for the stand that they've taken, because I mean, it was very, very, very deliberate that they did go mid-season and find Ruben Amorim, and it is a manager that they did like, acquired the manager, paid um, the very pressing penalties, that is a compensation for the guy to be at the club, brought him at the club at the point when they knew that it was the worst time to bring an elaborate manager like that, but they
Yeah.
were preparing for this season. I mean, they did want this season to be much better, and they wanted a foreign manager to get a feel of what it is in the Premier League before he goes into the season proper. Now, in the season proper, they've given him everything that he needs off the field in terms of administration and the help around him. I mean, they're bringing in a very competent people to do certain things to make sure that his staff is in very good hands, and the players are behaving in the right manner. And that is a very good thing. So when you have the players who brought the toxicity at the club in Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garbage, then you have to find a way to let these players go. And for me, I think um, ostracizing them was actually a good thing to do. It's only unfortunate that Tarell Malasia and
Anthony.
Anthony have been caught up in that very mess. But I think we shall do find loan spells for them. I don't think any of those players should be incorporated back into the side, because there's just not space. Anthony and
Mm.
Terrell Malasia would be okay to incorporate into the side, but there's just no space for them to be in the squad. So I mean, you're giving the manager an unnecessary headache, whereas you can get rid of these players and maybe have someone else pay their wages for a while.
Well, I do agree with you. I do agree with you on that because I actually think Amorim is doing what no United manager has truly done since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. I mean, and that is holding everyone accountable, everyone to the same standards, regardless of the name, the hype, the price tag, the fame that comes with it. You have to be held to the standards, or you have to accord to the standards for the club. You know, the badge, Manchester United now, players like Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, even I hate to really add the likes of Anthony in this entire Malaysia. They are being shown the same standards, Josh, you know, and it's either you deliver or you get out of the club. You know, you step out and you're not playing or even training with the squad. You know, I think was it Louis van Gaal? He did that to former Barcelona. Was it Valde? What's his name? The
No,
keeper.
even the Valdez,
Valdez, yeah, Valdez, something. Yeah,
Vito
you remember he
Valdez.
pushed him. Yeah, he pushed him out. So for too long with Josh, I mean,
Even this guy, this funny guy that we did have,
who?
the fat guy, the pizza guy, Luke Shaw.
Mm,
When Luke Shaw was not taking care of himself and he was just growing fat and stuff, he called
mm.
him out. Yeah. But
Well,
I mean, of course, the media, being the media, they rushed to say, "How can you tell a guy is fat? What, you're fat? You're
which is
fat.
true.
Take care of
I
yourself."
think also was it? It was Louis van Gaal and
No,
also
Mourinho also
Jose
said something
Mourinho.
about Luke Shaw.
Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah,
So it's not by chance that one person comes, or rather, more than two people come and talk about the same thing. You know, it's not. It's not, and I do agree.
yeah, but Mourinho took it to another level because he said he was playing with his legs and my head.
Once
I
again,
mean,
guys,
he
please do.
was right at the touchline, so he kept telling him what to do. So it's like, yeah, it was just his legs, but it was my head.
Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Benjamin Sesko bid in from Man United. We're waiting to see how things turn up. It's going to be a very, very dramatic week in regards to the saga. Um, I'm seeing just news coming in from Fabrizio Romano says sources at Man United guarantee that their feeling is that the deal between Newcastle and Sesko is not yet done because the player wants them. That is very good. That is promising. I mean, let's wait and see, Josh. But it looks like it's happening. Looks like it's happening, and
I
anything
told you
can come
Tuesday.
close.
What day is it today?
But I expect Newcastle to go higher, Josh, than United.
What day is it today?
It's a Tuesday.
I did tell you Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So expect the here we go. This
Let's wait
is
and see.
we go.
Please do subscribe, guys. Turn on the notifications. Josh and Isaac, pleasure to be on the stream. Shout out to Adieri, who's still in the comment section crying about Isaac and Sesko. We love you, brother. Shout out to you, Ziad.
I
Shout out
did.
to you, Tammy Fem. Shout out to you, Tinsu.
Oh, Tammy
Uh,
Fem. You seen Tammy Fem before?
no.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe, bro.
Yeah, then Abu Bakr was also on earlier. Please, guys, get into the comment section. Agent Dre, who promised us Yokeris and never came through. Peace in a long time, who has decided to join us. Please do subscribe, guys. Turn on the notifications. Post Jazz, we are officially signing out. Glory, glory, Man United. Here we go soon for Benjamin Sesko or Sesko. Let's go, baby.